Well, hello there, Tankers of the Blitz universe. I'm Flossie, and today I'll be reviewing what, in my opinion, is the worst Tier 10 tank destroyer in World of Tanks Blitz, the Fosh 155. Now, I do want to hear your guys' opinion on this tank in the comments down below, because I know some people who do like this thing, but I absolutely hate this tank. This is definitely my least favorite Tier 10 TD in the game. And I think it's probably also the worst, but I will get into that a little bit later. So first off, let's go over the tank stats. Now, this tank does have two separate guns, but I mean, if you're going to be using the single shotgun on this thing, like just play a 268 or something better with a single shotgun. I find that if you're going to be playing this tank at all, playing it with the double shotgun is just more fun in a way. I mean, I don't really find this tank fun to begin with, but you know what I mean. It's more unique. Anyways, with that out of the way, the gun, it deals 500 damage on its standard shells, 480 on the premium, and 620 on the HE. As for the penetration, it's 294 on the standard, 407 on the premium, and 99 on the HE. So the HE pen and the premium pen are actually really good on this tank. I will give it credit for that. I am using calibrated shells, of course, because getting 407 millimeters of heat pen is quite nice. And you won't really have too much trouble penning your opponents, theoretically. In terms of the gun's accuracy, though, this is where things get a little bit strange. So the aim time of 3.8 seconds and the dispersion of 0.326 are not actually that bad on paper. But for whatever reason, this tank misses so many easy shots. It is absolutely insane. Like, you would see this dispersion number and you'd be like, oh yeah, the dispersion's okay, right? But it's because the, terrible amounts of gun arc and the on-move dispersion of this tank is pretty bad. As well as just, like, I don't know, for whatever reason, this tank is so inaccurate from my experience. So I absolutely hate the gun accuracy on this thing. And also, in terms of another thing that's wrong with the gun, or not wrong, but bad about it, is it only has 5 degrees of gun depression. Like, that is really bad. It means that this tank is not flexible at all. And you're really going to struggle on any map where you have to play on a hill. So, like, mines, or like dead rail, or any map that has a hill on it, you're going to really struggle in this thing. It does have okay DPM for an autoloader. It is 2864, so that's not terrible. But yeah, in my opinion, the gun is just absolutely awful. In terms of the mobility, wow, I can't speak. It goes 50 forward, which is very nice. However, 13 reverse is awful. I hate having bad reverse speed on a tank, which has a sus armor profile, to say the least. If this tank had better reverse speed, I would like it a lot more. It's very difficult to get this tank out of a situation you get stuck in. And I'll go over the armor profile a bit later, but it has partially to do with the armor profile, not just the reverse speed. In terms of its power to weight, though, it's pretty decent. 24.4 means you will get up to your top speed pretty quickly. Its hull traverse rate is okay. You are going to find that you will get flanked pretty easily by most mediums or lights, though, so be careful of that. Now, as I said, the armor profile is a bit strange, so let me just break into that really quick here. So looking at the armor profile, you can see here, we are using an IS-4 with calibrated shells to shoot at this thing. And in terms of its armor against standard shells, like the AP on this IS-4, it's pretty decent. You can see here, it's very difficult to pen. You basically can't pen the superstructure anywhere. The only spot you're going to hit is, and actually pen, is the lower plate here and this hatch, which is always going to be a weak spot no matter where you are on in terms of like hull down or angling or whatever. That hatch is always going to be a big weak spot. It is sometimes troll to hit, but it is, it's for the most part a fairly easy pen. The lower plate, I would kind of avoid aiming at this, because a lot of the times when I'm aiming at a Fosh's lower plate, my shells just go underneath it. Like, it's a pretty small lower plate, and I would say almost the hatch is almost easier to aim at. However, if you are in a tank that is taller than the Foch, even with standard ammo, you're going to be buttering right through this thing because of how it's angled. So if you're in like a mouse, you can just basically pen this thing with standard shells like anywhere on this, because you'll be taller than it. So you can see the armor is okay against AP. However, this is the main problem with the Fosh's armor. Look at this. I am at such a steep angle, and bruh, you can just pen right through the track wheel and the side here. Like, you do not want to be angling this tank at all. And you get permatracked so easily in this thing. Like, once someone knows that your track wheel is a weak spot, that's where they're mainly going to aim, is your track wheel, and then you're going to be completely stuck in place. It is a huge downside of this tank, and it's another reason why I think it's so unenjoyable to play. And you can see here, when loading premium, it doesn't get any better. Look at how green this tank's superstructure becomes when you load gold. Now, if you are using 5 degrees of gun depression, it does become slightly harder to pen, but I mean, you still have the hatch there, and this bottom section here can also be penned as well. It's kind of like a 50-50. It's not even like that crazy in terms of its armor, because like, yeah, if you slightly angle it less than its max gun depression, you're gonna get penned everywhere. And yeah, the sides can get HE'd by a lot of things as well. It only has 78 millimeters of side armor, and the rear is even worse. 50 millimeters on the rear means pretty much every tank can HE you. So yeah, this tank's armor is okay, but it's nothing special, and you can't really rely on it in the majority of situations, especially if you're going up against other tier 10 heavies. And yeah, I mean, you can just see like the huge track weak spot, bro. I hate this tank's track wheel. It's like you're driving an E3, basically. Like, the track wheels are basically the same in terms of how bad they are. But anyways, let's get into some gameplay and see if I can even perform at all in this tank. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I have a tendency to do quite bad in this vehicle. So, yeah. The main thing with the Foch is, like, its armor is pretty terrible against heavies, like I just showed there. But against mediums, it's okay. So what you want to do in this tank is basically you want to stick to medium side if you can, because that's where your armor is going to be the most effective. And if you are going heavy side, you do not want to be completely frontline in this thing. You're going to get buttered by heavies with high pen premium shells. So you want to stick behind your team and play it kind of second line if you do end up playing this tank. But I mean, I don't know why would you play this tank when tanks like that WZ exist in the game? Like, I don't know. Anyways, we'll see what we can do in this first battle here. And I am going heavy side because the majority of our team are heavy tanks, and we only have one medium, so there's no point in going medium side with a singular medium on our team. And their team doesn't even have any mediums, so I wouldn't be surprised if they all decided to go this way. So I'm going to sit in this bush here. I don't really know. Our 260s are going mid, so I don't really know what the enemy team's going to do yet. So I'm not going to play aggressive, because if they do end up going all heavy side, I don't want to be the one getting blacked in the front line there. You can see their E5, it did in fact go heavy side. So I'm going to sit here in the bush and wait for the rest of their team to probably pop out here. There we go. There's the rest of their team, basically. So we'll see what we can do. The E5 is going to poke. Hopefully he shows enough of his track to where I can actually pen him. Bro, our 60 is already dead. What? Dude, what am I looking at right now? How is our 60 already dead? I'd love to know. Anyways, I'm going to get my shells out, and then I'm going to back right on up, because I just, yeah, I don't have the holding capabilities that a tank like the Minnow would have. Like, this tank cannot hold very well, I will say, because the armor is just too squishy. Like, the track wheels just get penned by everything. Holy, this team is bad. Oh my god. Well, this loss will not be because of this tank. I can tell you that right now. This loss is probably all because of my team being terrible. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to aim it on the Yag's lower plate there. We do get a shell in. Let's get another shell into the Yag. So we're doing okay. We're at 1900 damage so far. I'm probably going to get penned. Ooh, the Yag does die. That's actually big. Okay. Okay. All right. We're still in the game. We'll see what we can do against this VK. I'm going to try and at least show him the part that he can't pen. I don't know. He's going to just butter right through though, isn't he? Yeah, so we'll pen him once, and I'm going to start backing up again because I don't want to be destroyed by everyone. Let's see, though. I'm assuming I'm just going to get YOLO'd by this guy here. We'll get another shell into this guy, but you can see there, like, the armor just doesn't work against anything with pen. So, yeah. We'll see what I can do. I mean, our team is kind of pulling this back. We'll see. Can I survive against this V4 here? I think what I'm going to do is I will just keep him from, kind of, we'll see, I don't know. Can I just keep him on my side? That would be helpful. Let's see. Unfortunately, the VK can just pen me, so, yeah, I didn't actually know he could see me from that angle, but, oh well. That's the Fosh for you. Whoa. I mean, our team was also, like I said, very bad at the video game. So, yeah, that was not on my tank. That's not why we lost. But, yeah, you can see the tank kind of just gets ripped apart by pretty much everything. And the reverse speed didn't exactly help me out either. And a loss. All right, well, game number 1 is a loss. Like I said, like 3 times, it's not because of the tank. That was just our team was awful. The 60 TPs just died instantly for whatever reason. But, yeah, anyways, we did okay. We still did just under 3,000 damage. So, I mean, I'll take it. But the tank, it just, I don't know, man. You can't really carry in the thing. A lot of other TDs would actually have done better in that situation. Like the WZ 113 GFT would have done so much better in that situation because I would have actually been able to... First off, I would have been able to probably bounce more shells. And then, second of all, my gun would have just done more damage to begin with. It has more DPM, so, like, I don't know. The single-shot gun on this tank is actually not that bad. But again, like I said earlier, like, if you're going to be using the single-shot, just play a different single-shot TD. Like, I don't see the point of this tank. If you want a TD that's going to go really quick and kind of YOLO, then just play the 263. Like, it's better in almost every way. It has more armor, more DPM by a ton, and I don't know, it's just a better tank. So if you want a YOLOing TD, just get the 263. And it only has 1 degree less of gun depression. Like, both of the tanks don't have much gun depression. So, I don't know. I just don't see a point to playing this tank. But we'll see what we can do on Wintermel. I'm going to go corner because I see that... Well, I don't know. I saw that a lot of their team was going mid. And I was like, okay, well, I'll take corner. But I was kind of expecting at least some of their tanks to be over here. I'm not going to lie. But then again, looking at their lineup, they have a lot of lightly armored tanks. So, I don't know. But we'll see what happens this game. Let's get a shell into the BZ. Our gun actually hits a shell. That's crazy. I was not expecting to hit that shot across the map. We'll see if I can hit another one. We do have 1 shell left, so I'll see if there's any TDs back here. No, there are not. Our mediums are just kind of dying. I'm not gonna lie. This is not looking good. I need to get around to their side here. Oh, like the Sheridan over here. I need to deal with this Sheridan right now. We'll see what we can do here. Alright, I'm going to give him a little ram. The tank is also quite good at ramming, I will say. That is one thing I do like about it. It's pretty fun to just ram people for a ton of damage, but you can see the track wheel is pretty tragic on the thing. I just got tracked, like, yeah, tracked and clipped. Even the 4005 is just so much better than this thing in every single way. But yeah, anyways, we'll see what we can do. I'm going to sit in this spot right here because I know that their 4005 is probably going to cross. And I want to see if I can get some shells into him. But I'm not exactly sure. We also have the 907 here, who I can't really pen, at least his turret. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know, man. This is just an I don't know kind of tank. Like, it's just such an awkward tank to play. Like, it's really, like, unflexible. There's only so much you can do with it on a map like this. We'll see if I can get a shell into this E6. Wow, we low roll, like, a little bit. But actually, that wasn't a bad low roll. I keep thinking this thing has, like, 560 alpha like it used to. But yeah, it's actually, that wasn't that bad of a low roll. All right. Let's go. Can I... Oh, E6 does die. That's great. All right. The M60 is probably looking at me. So I'm going to reload my clip here, and I'm going to turn around for these mediums on my rear. Or the medium and the 4005. Those are who I want to deal with right now. We'll see if we can. But we do have that BZ on our rear, so I don't want to get shot at by him if I can. If I can avoid it, we'll see what we can do here. I'm going to get a shell. Ooh, nice shell into that guy penning his turret. And I do still have 1 shell at least, so maybe, just maybe, I can deal with the 4005 if he pulls around the corner. I'm kind of hoping that this 907 does pull around the corner to my right. Nice. 183 does kill that guy. That's huge, because we're up on base cap, right? So this is good for us. The only thing I'm worried about is that 4005 can probably see my hatch from here. Oh, boy. And there's the 907. Okay. Well, I am in a pretty bad spot right now. I have a 4005 on my side and a 907 on my side and an M60 on my rear. Yeah, so there's not much hope of me surviving this, but we'll see what we can do. I'm assuming I'm just going to get YOLO'd by that M60 in a second here, but let's see if the 4005 is going to poke me. Oh, we did just win on base cap. Okay. Well, I mean, that was an okay game. I didn't do as much damage as the first game from what I can see. I don't know. I don't know what my exact damage is, but I don't think I did as much as the last. Oh, actually, we did okay. Just under 3k again. So yeah, I mean, in terms of getting damage out, it's okay, but like it's a really difficult tank to actually do well in. Like you have to actually use your brain to be able to do any sort of damage in this thing, because one wrong move and you're either going to get slapped by tanks with tons of pen in the superstructure, or you're just going to get perma-tracked and die instantly. You can't play this thing aggressive, even though it has good mobility, and it kind of makes you want to play aggressive in it. You're just going to get destroyed in this thing. You have to play it carefully, and you have to know where to position it properly to actually farm damage. Yeah, so we'll see what we can do in game number 3, but so far, 1 win, 1 loss. First loss was not on us, but at least we won the second game, so let's see if we can win game number 3 on Canal here. And let's see, reading their lineup, they have a KPZ 50-ton and an M48 Patton, so I might go medium side just to try and counter those two players, because getting medium side is very important on this map, and I will try and, yeah, I'm going to do that, because I want to help out our Bat Chat and our 907. So yeah, like I said, playing the Fosh on medium side is actually a decent move, because a lot of mediums just get scared of this thing because of how hard it is for them to pen you if they can't see your track wheels or your side armor. Like frontally, this thing's very good against mediums, so you do want to use that to your advantage if you can. And if you do see an even matchup of mediums, it's probably beneficial for you to go medium side and help them out. Let's see if I can pen this KPZ if he pokes again. Let's see. I'm gonna try this. Nope, we bounce 1. Unfortunate. And yeah, for now. Oh, they have their E4 over here. That's not good. And our 907 is playing pretty aggressive. Oh, our Bat Chat's also at 300 health. Ah, I see. All right, well, this is going to be an interesting battle here. I'm just basically going to hold this corner for the rest of the game. I'm expecting to just sit here for the rest of the game. Our E3 is shooting at that 60, which is good. So it seems like the majority of their team is going this way. So yeah, I'm playing super passive. That 907 is screwed because he played way too aggressive, and he basically just put himself in a spot where he can just get YOLO'd for free, basically. So that's not good. The M48 is probably going to... I don't know what he's going to do. I was expecting him to just keep pushing that way, but apparently not. So we'll see. Luckily, we do get a bounce from that E4. He does get penned back by our 907. As long as we can keep our 907 alive, actually, we should be okay, because our team seems to be dealing with the Yo on the other side of the map. So we might be okay. Again, I am not playing aggressive in this thing. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for the enemy team to make their first move, because in a tank like this, where you can just get deleted so quickly, it's not good if you're the one making the first move. So we'll see what we can do. Again, I'm just going to cover this 907 as best I can, because if he doesn't get YOLO'd, he's just going to be able to farm them out for free, basically. And I'm only going to shoot when I see them completely in the open, because, of course, the accuracy is super troll on this thing. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do. Like I said, I'm just going to keep sitting here. It's going to be a bit of a boring game, but it's going to be the most ideal way to win. And actually, it's good that KPZ got nuked. So, yeah, he's only on a little bit of health now. And what is their 60 doing? What is Bro shooting or looking at? Bro is just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But I'm going to reload my clip, and you know what? I am actually going to push up now, because I see that they have now left, and basically we are able to take over medium corner for free, which is pretty nice. Their Badger is not helping out this E4 whatsoever, and that's pretty good for me, because it means I can just take over the corner here for free, basically. Let's see if I can hit this this M48's hatch here. There we go. We do get a hatching shell into him, but I'm probably going to get penned by absolutely everything. We do at least get a second hatch shell into this guy here, but... Oh, Badger got really... Bro, 907, please. Let me back up, bro. You have way more HP than me. But yeah, I mean, I just poked for a couple seconds there, and we got absolutely deleted. That's the thing. The Fosh's hatch is pretty terrible. And, bruh, I'm just going to get YOLO'd by this Badger. So, yes, I am dead. So, that game was pretty awful. I mean, you can see there, like, if you do play aggressive in this thing, prepare to get deleted. I didn't even play, like, crazy aggressive. Like, yes, I was frontline, but, I mean, I had the whole team with me. So, yeah, the fact that I got deleted that quickly just kind of shows you how useless the armor is against anything with pen. And even that Patton was able to pen me quite easily just by shooting my hatch. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of a bad game, but yeah, I'm not expecting to do 3k every game in the Fosh. So yeah, overall, I do not recommend you grind this tank at all. I think it's an awful TD. I think there's so many better options. Even the grill's better, in my opinion. Like, the grill at least has, like, insane accuracy. But anyways, that's my opinion about the Fosh. Again, if you guys have different opinions, let me know in the comments down below. And for any of you out there who are not yet subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend you do so, as it helps me out and supports my content, as well as you can stay up to date when I post almost daily. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.